The Detroit Lions need a win tomorrow. A win would go a long way, but Lions fans, nobody is giving us a chance to win this game. 10.5-point underdogs, according to ESPN. Buffalo is a scary team, but you know who else? Who might not be scary, but they hot? We are. We are. I'm tired of not believing in this team. I believe in these guys. Even with no Jeff Okudah, he is out tomorrow. With every wins are great, and that would be fantastic. And I'm telling you what, nobody is going to want to play the Detroit Lions in the month of November if they win tomorrow. But guess what? Here's what I think. Hear me out. The Detroit Lions have a chance to go 5-6, hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Minnesota Vikings back-to-back home games. Okay? And that's what I'm hoping for, because a win against the Buffalo Bills will change the whole narrative for our team. And depending on how convincingly we beat them, it's even better. But there's a chance we lose. Nobody expects us to win this game, even Detroit Lions fans. But if we lose this game, it's still not the end of the world. I did a simulator on Monday night. I'm confusing my days. And even at 8-9, the Detroit Lions can make the playoffs. Now, in my calculations, the Lions can go, they need to go 5-2. 6-1 would be fantastic. And now that we're winning, is a 5-game winning streak against the teams that we're facing outlandish? Nope. Not against the teams that we got to play. Is it outlandish to think that we can't make a run? But if the Detroit Lions lose tomorrow and they drop to 4-7, it's not over yet. We need a lot of help as it is, but we need to handle our business and win. That's number one. However, with the loss, it's not the end of the world. I did like I said, a scenario 8-9. The more we lose, the more help we need. The more we win, the more we dictate our fate. But we can still make the playoffs with a loss tomorrow. In my opinion, the Lions, it would be better to go ideally undefeated, right? 6-1, 5-2. 5-2 would put us at 9-8 on the year. And I projected before we knew the NFL and NFC was going to be as abysmal as it's been, that would get us in the playoffs. I think an 8-9 would get us a 6 seed. I'm sorry, 9-8. 8-9 will get us squeaking in. But there is a scenario that the Lions can make the playoffs with 3 if they go 4-3 over the next 5 games. And I think one of the ways that they win tomorrow is to unleash DeAndre Swift, like somebody was saying in the chat a little earlier. They have to. Everyone has to contribute tomorrow. Tomorrow is a team game from start to finish. Hutch, Rodrigo, Goff, Swift, Williams, Reynolds. If you can play, you are going to try to play tomorrow. Jay says, what if we went out, Grid? Then we have to be one of the greatest stories in the NFL in the past 25 years. Real talk. With a Lions win tomorrow, it changes the whole trajectory. Gaddy says the Lions are the team that has little expectations and basically has nothing to lose. They play harder and use it like a chip on their shoulder to go out and win. 100%. I just tell you what. I got to wrap the show up a little early, but I tell you what. This team has really turned things around. We went from some of us wanting to see Dan Campbell out the door next year to, hey, maybe he is the guy. Or you know what? He is the guy. He's learned from his coaching mistakes. This team is behind him. the fan base is behind him. I want y'all to think about this as you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Tomorrow is a big game. Tomorrow feels like, doesn't tomorrow feel like a playoff game or a Super Bowl? It does, doesn't it? Because it means so much. So much. This isn't the Chicago Bears. This is the Super Bowl pick Buffalo Bills, who, even though they have a hurt quarterback, team has been skidding for the last couple of weeks, not as dominant as they were, that everyone seems to think that we are going to get mollywopped. And guess what? Even if we're down 14, I'm going to believe in this team. That's something I could not have said 3 weeks ago. Like, I'm serious, y'all. This is not Kool-Aid. This isn't typical, fluff. I'm like, bro, this team was right there. But we were so clouded by the losses and how we got them that we couldn't see what those guys saw. Jared Goff saw it. Dan Campbell saw it. We didn't see it, but I see it now. I see it now. And I see that with the loss, I'm not going to flip out tomorrow. I'm not going to flip out at all. But with the win, the whole world is going to know. I'm telling you, listen, I'll end the show on this. If you're not scared of the Detroit Lions going into this game, they win this game, you're going to be terrified of them. Because you don't believe that the NFL has seen how we lost the first part of the season? The joke was our defense can't stop anybody, and they were true. While we're one play away from winning those games. Because let's be real. If our offense gets the ball back in those situations, we win those games. Against the Seattle Seahawks, against the Minnesota Vikings. We fell apart against the Dallas Cowboys, and we were never in the game against the New England Patriots. I mean, they just won their game on a kickoff return. So it's like two people I'd never count out, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. But I'm telling you, Lions fans, no matter what happens tomorrow, man, keep your head up because it ain't over. This team ain't going to give up, and neither should we. Neither should we. And even with a loss, if we get a loss, it ain't over. 9-8 is still possible, especially with our competition come up. Because guess what? If we lose against the Bills and the Minnesota Vikings but beat everyone else, that's 9-8. That puts us in the playoffs. So leave your comments below. A win, we are here. Listen, a win means the Lions are here. I will believe what Jared Goff said. I believe it now. But I think the rest of the world will believe it if we beat the Buffalo Bills. With that being said, you guys are awesome, man. Take care of yourself. I will see you tomorrow. Get ready. Because if the Lions win this game, the whole NFL is on notice.